It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another video. It is awfully rainy again here in Tennessee, in the US of A. I mean, I'm not kidding, man. I feel like every time I want to do a video, it's pouring rain. So that's why you see a lot of glare, and you can see me in the background wagging my finger at you for being naughty. You need to be nice. Christmas is coming up. But anyway, I wanted to show you a couple more Polish bootlegs I have, and let you know what my search is and how I've been handling it. But there are a couple of really great forums on Facebook for bootleg figures, and I've been buying a lot, not lately because I'm out of money, but over the last couple months I've been buying a few of these figures, and I found these two great Polish bootlegs through a seller, and he sent them off to me, and I got them about maybe a month ago, and I just been too lazy to do a video on them. But I wanted to show them to you and kind of give you a little backstory on them. They do not have their weapons, but I have been posting feverishly like a madman on those forums and saying, hey, if anyone's got the correct weapons to go with these two figures, send them my way, because I would like to get them graded. I mean, I'll get them graded as is, but if they have the weapons, I'd love to include those with them. I think it would just be nice to have them 100% complete, but it's very difficult to find weapons. It really is. I mean, there's a couple of really big Polish bootleg collectors out there, and when I say a couple, I mean there's probably like 10 really, really big guys that I've gotten to know, and they have a just unbelievable collections. I'm talking like every variation of every generation, and you know, so I'm hoping, I've been reaching out to them, so I'm hoping that one of them will have an extra duplicate weapon for these guys. But anyway, on your left here is Zuckus or Forlom. I never know which one they're called. I'm going to call him Zuckus just because I think that's right, but maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm sorry. He's Forlom. Forlom. Yeah, so I take it back. You can tell I don't know my Star Wars very well, but what a crazy looking color to him. This is a third generation Forlom, and he's got those notorious bug eyes. Let's take a closer look at him. I mean, look how crazy those eyes are. I love it. And, you know, the traditional vintage Kenner figure, you know, he's more like a gray and silver kind of color palette, but this one has got this wild yellow. Yellow torso, yellow face. He's got the same kind of basic design to him. You can see there that it's got some paint rub going on there. His hands are massive for relatively to the figure. You know what they say about aliens with big hands. But I love the gold color scheme along with the black. It really pops in the yellow. Overall, it's in great shape, except for that one ding right there, which is a bummer. But overall, it's a pretty solid figure. My guess is it'll get a 75, maybe an 80 if I'm lucky, but probably a 75. But I'm going to hold off grading him as long as I can, with the hope that I can get this graded with the weapon. The arms, we talked about this in a couple other videos. Most of the arms for these figures use kind of a biker scout arm, and I believe that's what these are right here. Both of the figures look like they use the biker scout arms, and you can see the legs there. The legs are very similar to the legs for that third generation graded Polish bootleg Boba Fett that I have. He's got the same kind of look to him. The same kind of shin piece there on the side, same knee pads, same exact mold, and then the hands are the Polish biker scout arms. So very nice figure. I like him a lot. Overall, it's in pretty good shape, but that gold and the yellow is just crazy. I just love the way that looks. And then the one on your right is a Stormtrooper, and what's interesting about him, this is a first generation, correct me if I'm wrong, folks, but this is a first generation Polish bootleg from Gdansk. You can see it's got kind of a different type of plastic that they use, a rubberized plastic, so he's got some cracking there. But the Polish bootleg Stormtroopers traditionally have this yellow kind of armor color. Yellow shoulder pads along with yellow utility belt. And this arm is very loose, so I've got to be very careful with them. But the rest of them is in great shape. I mean, you know, obviously there's some cracking and things like that, as you can see on the back there, but a very nice figure overall. But I do believe, based on all the research I've done, there's a great website. It's in Polish, but it's been translated to English, called Star Warsy, and I think it's got .pl for Poland. And the gentleman there does a great job of going through all the different bootlegs. But based on everything I've seen on his website, this is a first-generation Polish bootleg from Gdansk. But I thought he was interesting enough to share with that yellow color palette. And he's even got the, you know, the Stormtrooper, the Stormtrooper back piece, and then again the same mold. It's got, you know, the knee pads, and then the shin piece on the side, and then the exact same arms, just just colored differently with the large hands. So, that gives you an indication that, most of these figures are going to have that mold. But two very nice figures. I thought they were really cool, and I thought they were worth sharing. So, thanks very much for watching. I'll be back soon.